All around the world, people are wanting to help in the fight against the coronavirus. In the UK, more than 170,000 volunteers signed up to support the National Health Service, and that just came a few hours after the government's call there. India, which has also joined in the global lockdown, we've seen images shared by the government that shows volunteers sewing face masks, making things like hand sanitizers for hospital staff. So many people trying to pitch in. And we're going to go now to NBC News investigative and consumer correspondent Vicky Nguyen. She joins me now. Vicky, take us through a little bit on what's going on the front lines of the coronavirus. What can healthcare workers do right now? What do they need? And how can normal everyday people pitch in?
Yeah, Gotti, as you know, there's a hashtag trending, Get Me PPE. It's all over social media. That means Get Me personal protective equipment. Every day we are hearing the president go online and doctors and nurses and governors saying we need ventilators, we need masks, we need gowns, we need the things that protect the frontline healthcare workers from becoming infected themselves as this pandemic starts to wash over the United States. So gloves and masks are in dire need. What I love is that we're also seeing the connection of people in the community using their talents and sewing masks. Now, sewing masks is helpful. Let's be clear. These will not be the same as the N95 masks that are needed to block the virus, but doctors and nurses are being asked to reuse their N95 masks. And one way they're being told to preserve those masks is by putting another surgical mask or a cloth mask over those. Some people have written into our Facebook page or our Instagram page for NBC News asking, how do I know which hospitals to get these to? Start local. Go onto the websites of the hospitals in your area. Some have already started posting lists of the supplies and donations they could use. This I love. Someone asked us, I work at a nail salon. Can we donate our latex gloves? We checked around with various hospitals and they said, yes, absolutely. Think about it. Tattoo parlors, beauty salons, nail salons, nursing schools, all of those things are for the most part shut down right now. So if there are unopened boxes of latex gloves or even latex-free gloves, that's the way to go. They will gladly accept those supplies.
And for those people that are at home with a lot of time, but they may not be the best sewers in the world, what are some other things that people can do while they're safely social distancing at home?
This was really interesting. There's actually something called the Centers for Disaster Philanthropy. We spoke with the folks there, and they said the number one thing anyone can do who has a phone or a computer is to help spread credible information. It sounds so basic, but right now in a crisis, in a pandemic, people are really looking for information. So if you can be on the front lines of finding articles and news that is relevant, that is well-sourced, and you can share that on your social network, that's one way to be a warrior on the front lines of information, and also for squashing rumors and misinformation. That's something you can do from the comfort of your own home if you've got an internet connection. Another thing to do that I love, one of the younger folks was asking us, oh, go ahead, Gotti.
No, you were just telling me.
One of the younger kids was asking us, look, I wanted to donate blood, but I can't go out. I'm not 18. What can I do? And our advice there is enlist the help of your parents. Look near first. Make a list of maybe friends, neighbors, folks who just want a connection. You know, this can be a very socially isolating time. So making a phone call, that's easy to do from the social distance of your home. Another thing, outside chores for folks who might not be able to get out, whether it's going to the grocery store or getting medicine on their behalf, or something as simple as bringing their newspaper up from the curb or bringing their trash cans in and out on trash day, watering their lawn. This is a time when we need to think of our neighbors and the folks that we're all in this together with.
It's so inspiring to see absolute strangers connect. We've also seen this really interesting stat out of GoFundMe. They've said that more than 22,000 coronavirus-related fundraisers have been started in the last few weeks. Obviously, when you see a lot of that happening, there are the people out there that will take advantage of the situation. We've also seen a lot of hoaxes and a lot of scams that have been tied to the coronavirus. How do people protect themselves in this time?
Gotti, this is so important. As much as we have the goodwill and positivity for people who want to help in a time like this, this is also a time that brings out some of the bad guys, the scammers who are looking to take advantage of people's trust and their goodwill. One thing to mention is if you really want to go with a GoFundMe and not an established charity, Start local. Think about the restaurant groups in your area, familiar names. If you know of a place that you frequent and they are asking for donations on behalf of their servers, their busboys, their front desk hostesses, then you may feel more comfortable doing that because those are the people that, check the comments and also make sure that they look like that you know where that money is going. Hang on one second. We're having a little moment here. As you know, we're all working from home and we just had a little girl come walk on in here. But that's one thing to do for sure. Look for recognizable names and people in the comments who you may recognize who look credible. Don't hesitate to do an online or internet search to make sure that what you're doing and what you're donating to is a worthwhile and real cause. One thing I would caution against, though, right now with GoFundMe, if it's a campaign that you're not familiar with, you're going to want to hold on to your money for now. Think of something like a nationwide charity. Meals on Wheels right now is seeing a massive spike in demand. That is a long-time, well-established national nonprofit that has infrastructure in a lot of communities. They're looking for volunteers as well as financial donations. They've also instituted contact-free deliveries. Are you okay? Okay.
Vicky, you are such a multitasker.
She's been really good. Say hi to Gotti. All right, little shy.
Hi. Hey. How's he doing in all this?
This is Renly. She's doing great, and she's doing some homeschool, and it's a little busy. And we've got someone else coming in. Everybody's kind of just doing their best, working from home, doing their schooling from home. Thank God for technology. But we're having a good time, and it's fun, actually, I think, for them to get to see mom doing some work. Oh, watch out, Odessa. We're talking to Mr. Gotti right now, Mr. Gotti Schwartz on NBC News Now.
Hi, guys. Hey. Hi.
They're watching you off to the side.
Oh my gosh. They are so, so cute. That's amazing. I don't know how you do it, Vicky. You're juggling everything. Thank you so much. You're there for the little ones. You're protecting us against scammers. I mean, we could not ask for more. Thank you so much. We hope your family is safe, and it's so nice to see you guys all together.
Thank you. Likewise, same to you, Gotti, out there. Stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands. Obviously, we're not touching our faces. I just had a great conversation with Dr. Fair when we were at 30 Rock today about, he's been deployed to serious hot zones where viruses and infections abound, and he's seen some really terrible things. But he really said the number one thing we all can do, and it made me feel so much better, is just to wash our hands frequently and not touch our faces. That is going to help us so much to limit the spread of this infection.
Yeah, important to keep in mind at all times, and important to stress to the little ones too on getting them to wash their hands. My teacher, mom was telling me about this game where you can draw a happy face on a hand and then see who can wash it off the fastest. So I don't know if that works.
We'll have to try that out. Let's do that, okay? We'll draw some happy faces and wash our hands and see how well we do, okay?
Awesome.
I like that.
Thanks so much, Vicky.
Thanks, Gotti. Great to see you.
Sure. And as tens of millions of Americans shelter in place, the nation's 3 million truckers are working hard at keeping the stores stocked. NBC correspondent Sam Brock has that story.
This morning, truckers nationwide collectively revving up the heart of America's economic engine.
Do you feel like you're a lifeline for people?
Of course. Without our trucks, America will stop.
Millions pumping hand sanitizer for safety.
We do this all day, every day.
And then pumping out food, medicine, and clothing to anxious consumers who are buying household goods like they'll never see them again.
On behalf of American truckers, slow down, people. Just get enough for a few days for your family. Another truck is coming. We're coming. The truckers are coming, people.
Every day I can deliver is the utmost importance to everybody, I think, because like I went in several stores, all the racks are empty, no bread.
D'Artagnan Raspberry hitting the road to deliver bread, while families like his own wait out this health crisis. A reminder of the personal sacrifices drivers are making.
How many of the people who do this every single day have families waiting for them at home?
All of them. Everybody that drives, they have families at home that's waiting for them.
While praise for the supply chain MVPs is poured in from the very top.
I want to take a moment to thank the everyday heroes who are making our vast effort against the virus possible.
The road has gotten increasingly rocky. Dozens of rest stops are shuttered, and in Florida, turnpike food courts are closed. A Jacksonville man even documenting this pit stop flyer. All truck drivers, to ensure the safety of our employees, we cannot allow you to use our indoor restrooms or loiter in this building. But some ugly obstacles outshined by the light of human compassion.
Where'd you get all this stuff?
We got this stuff from Sam's Club.
A West Virginia 13-year-old whose dad is a trucker using his allowance to buy food for other drivers.
My motto is, if there's no truck drivers out here, America would stop running.
Another woman offering a safe place to pull over and sleep, along with a hot shower and something to eat. Food for the soul to an often unheralded workforce that's keeping our nation moving.
What do you want people to know about people in the trucking industry who are risking everything right now to be able to get the goods delivered?
I just want to say, that
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.